Nashville, Tennessee has seen a ton of growth over the last few years, but no neighborhood quite like Wedgewood Houston, which I think is arguably becoming the most interesting neighborhood in Nashville. In this video, I'm going to give you a tour around and help you understand what's going on, what's it look like here, what's life like here in Wedgewood Houston, and what makes it so special, and why is it so interesting, and why are so many people investing in this neighborhood. It's very fascinating. And if you stay to the end, we're also going to discuss a high-end retailer that has decided to set their flag in Wedgewood Houston that nobody saw coming. It's very surprising, and it all starts right now. Man, this area is still developing, it's still growing. You can see this vacant kind of shell room right here. This has got to be commercial space. You got this courtyard here, got a fitness center, you got a half-court gymnasium right there. This place is just really about to be completely done, and just extremely dramatic commercial space slash residential space. Super industrial feel. Check out the siding on this. This is actually pretty amazing looking. A lot of the metal and just kind of a high design but cool factor definitely present here at the Finery. So one of my favorite things about Wedgewood Houston is that there is no two blocks alike. It's kind of like an adventure around every corner. There's just a variety of businesses, a variety of shops, restaurants, coffee shops. There's the Nashville Design Collective, which is a commercial space featuring a bunch of home design stuff. It's just very unique. There's multiple distilleries, there's a cidery, there's hair salons. This is one of the primary corners on Martin Street right here. And this is Ian Rose. It's just like a coffee shop and bodega. They have really good smoothies and healthy stuff. So I'm gonna go hit that up and get my power up on. What's making Wedgewood Houston so interesting? Well, as of late, I would have to say it's the infusion of large amounts of capital that are really transforming the landscape. But before we talk about that, we got to go back a few steps. And I think we got to start with the location, which is just within a mile of downtown Nashville. So it's a scooter ride away from downtown Nashville. And so people that live there can you could actually walk it if you really wanted to. I think it's more of a scooter ride or a short Uber ride. But it is really close to downtown Nashville. And the other thing that is significant is that it's the last exit off of I-65 before downtown Nashville. It is the Wedgewood Houston exit. It's the Wedgewood Avenue exit. And so it drops you right into Wedgewood Houston. So it's extremely convenient to downtown Nashville, to the interstate. And for that reason, it's had my attention for a long time, mostly because of the location, proximity to downtown, and also Belmont University and also Vanderbilt University, which are within about a mile, 1 to 2 miles. And so the next thing that has become significant in Wedgewood Houston, aside from location, is the Geodis Soccer Stadium. The soccer stadium is soccer specific. It's the largest soccer specific stadium in North America, and it is right in the heart of Wedgewood Houston. And since that partnership with the city started happening around 2020 roughly, that has made a huge impact on the development and growth and infusion of money into Wedgewood Houston. After that, the next big reason is that Wedgewood Houston is an opportunity zone. And so what that means is that federally, you have incentives to invest in an area that's an opportunity zone, which was different areas dictated by the government. And Wedgewood Houston happened to fall into that. And so for that reason, you have large amounts of money coming in, and there's a lot of tax incentives for developers to develop in opportunity zones. And buddy, it is happening in Wedgewood Houston. And most interestingly, you see the infusion of large multifamily. And I gotta say, the multifamily, it is not the boring multifamily of yesteryear. It's like every new apartment building has got style, and like they're competing on the creative aesthetic of the apartment building. And so you'll see this all over Wedgewood Houston. You'll just see like, wow, these are outlandish designs. There's lots of murals and really colorful and artistic like landscapes all around these apartment complexes. It's kind of interesting to see. It's almost like, to me, the vibe is kind of like East Nashville won the lottery, and you know, the creative aspects of the area are highlighted, and they're backed by a ton of money now. So you have just really impressive landscapes all around Wedgewood Houston now. That's kind of the new vibe for the area. It used to be a little more rough, a little more industrial, and now it feels like high-end creative is what it feels like to me. So it's made it an interesting area to be in. Another noteworthy thing about Wedgewood Houston is that it is both for sale and rent product throughout the neighborhood. There's definitely lots of apartments. There's also condos. That's the trend, is definitely condos, townhomes. There's a few streets of residential houses and townhomes, but the density, the real majority of housing is gonna be condo product. And that was not always the case. It was not always the case until recent redevelopment of the area, and you know, transforming factories, and both that and developing new multifamily really has taken off in Wedgewood Houston. And it is a city that you wouldn't recognize it. If you hadn't been here in 10 years, you would not recognize what's happening here. So to me, it feels like a little bit of a Gulch meets East Nashville now. But the other thing you gotta know is that it's just not a huge neighborhood. It's not nearly as big as East Nashville. It's not as big as the Gulch. It's a smaller neighborhood, you know, defined by main thoroughfares, and confined by main thoroughfares, I should say, and it's going vertical, you know, it's not a huge neighborhood. There is a park. Another anchor point in the neighborhood is Fort Negley Park, which is absolutely stunning. It's a Civil War site, and it sits up high, and it gives you views of downtown Nashville, so you can walk out there every day, take your dog for a walk, you know, get coffee, go for a stroll, and it's a pretty awesome park right there in the heart of Wedgewood Houston. It's not crowded. Not many people really know about it, so it's an absolute gem for the neighborhood as well. The latest company to make an announcement is Hermès. It is the French handbag designer, other clothing, but mostly known for their leather goods, I believe. Actually began in 1837 and is a super high-end brand where the handbags can be worth tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they are setting up shop in Wedgewood, Houston, of all places in Nashville. So very interesting to me that it's not in Green Hills, which is the luxury shopping area for Nashville. But they chose Wedgewood, Houston, and that says a lot about what's going on in Wedgewood, Houston. It's becoming a magnet for the high-end creative district in Nashville. It really is very interesting to me. Hermès is coming, and it's just one of many companies, but it's the latest big announcement for Wedgewood, Houston, and Nashville. Hermès, the build out is happening, and it's right here in the same parking lot as the Soho House boutique and members only hotel, and right down here in the heart of Wedgewood, Houston. You got the Flamingo coffee shop and nightclub, and more than anything, you got a lot of noise because they're building stuff in every direction, including this parking garage right behind me here. So definitely a lot of construction, but it's about to be amazing. One of the other unique things about the Wedgewood Houston neighborhood is the Geodis Soccer Stadium, the largest soccer-specific stadium in North America, and it's right here in the heart of Wedgewood Houston. And the development is going on all around the stadium, including this multi-family building right here and massive new parking garage right here. Even got a little dog park. Got the little fire extinguisher for the dogs, water bowl. So this whole thing is just kind of brand new. I mean, these haven't even been moved into yet, these apartments, but they're like almost done. They're actually kind of cool patios out here. And literally, you're walking to the game. The entrance is right there next to these apartments. So if soccer's your thing, this would probably be one of the most amazing places to live because it's literally right next door. Some of these you're probably going to be able to see in the stadium from up above, but this is just a very brand new, high-end, really nicely done, nicely executed product right here next to the soccer stadium. And there's other stuff going all around here too. Santa's Pub is at the bottom of the hill. Check out our other video, one of our other videos about Wedgewood Houston. We show you what Santa's Pub is and why it's famous and significant. Also in this building, you're going to have Barista Parlor, which is one of our favorite coffee shops. They have several in Nashville. They're just really, really well done coffee shops right here on the main thoroughfare to the soccer stadium at Geodis. Something else that makes Wedgewood Houston such an interesting neighborhood is this Nashville Expo Center, which is also known as the home of the flea market, which happens every fourth Saturday of the month. And they have around 2,000 different vendors that show up. It is supposedly one of the top 10 flea markets in the United States. And if you do come to it, it's actually pretty cool. There's like literally something for everybody. They also do like exotic pet shows here. I think they have a bead festival this weekend. Anything that's like card shows, they have all those unique offerings that probably a lot of cities have. But this is the spot in Wedgewood, Houston, where those things happen in Nashville. And so it's right here next to the Geodis Soccer Stadium. And what happened is, when they built that soccer stadium, that was the home of the flea market. So they had to relocate it down the hill here to this huge parking lot. And it ended up being like a brand new facility, which made it really nice. So you have those things in play. You also have this racetrack right here, which has been here a long time at the Nashville Fairgrounds. They don't race all the time, but when they do, you got to know it can get loud. It's surprisingly loud. But like I said, it's not all the time that they're actually racing. But just, again, one more thing that makes Wedgewood Houston such a unique spot. So you really could come start your day in Wedgewood Houston at one of the multiple coffee shops, kind of boutique, really nicely done coffee shops. Americana's is one of them right here downtown. Then you could have lunch at a multitude of restaurants. Then you could come back and get drinks at one of the distilleries or the breweries. And then you could go to the Flamingo nightclub for late night. And then you could sleep at the Soho Hotel if you're a member. So you literally could kind of do everything right here in Wedgewood, Houston, which is one of the reasons that makes it so unique. You got some people hanging out here in the little beer garden area. But lots of options, all in a dense, compact area, but it's just a very, very unique, extremely unique, and very interesting area. Hey, I want to say thanks for watching our video. If you're interested in moving to Nashville or Wedgewood Houston or other neighborhoods around Nashville, well, Wedgewood Houston specifically, definitely check out my other videos. I've got a couple more that go more in depth about the housing in Wedgewood Houston. So you're going to want to see those. They also cover things I didn't cover in this video. So definitely look for those. And again, my name is Clay Tucker. The team and I, we get contacted every single day from people just like you looking to make their move to Nashville, and we love it. Real estate agents. And so we help you out, buyers and sellers, every single day make their move. So if that's you, shoot us a text and we'd love to help you out. And until next time, hope to show you around town.